Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. So now after dealing with the Turks, let's move on.
Alright, I feel it. I'm in my spirit. Who made it into Smash? This guy, right here.
Okay, guys, this somehow seems a bit familiar.
What, you mean something big gets announced and we just happened to bring it up in our playthrough, like with the remake?
That, and also I get the feeling that we've done this part before, haven't we?
Nah, I don't get that feeling.
Don't know.
But yes, that's right, folks. Cloud is in Smash. Well, going to be in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
As of this, as of November 20th.
Teo is conflicted, right, Teo?
Yes. Well, honestly, as I mentioned in the Dissidia forums, official community, which I'm a part of it. Honestly, I can understand the choice made by popularism, but in terms of being a good representative of Final Fantasy, you know what my pick would have been. So.
Well, yeah, obviously. However, Cloud is pretty much the Mario of the Final Fantasy franchise. So. He's pretty much the most recognizable of the protagonists, you have to admit.
It is, Teo. For as much as we would love somebody else to be, he is the most recognizable Final Fantasy protagonist.
Which way?
Well, I don't mind him being there, but I kind of agree with the people who are saying, you know, haven't we got enough sword wielders in that game for now?
Oh no, that
I never
argument.
got that.
Honestly, sorry, Shiro, but that argument.
By that logic, Shiroi, honestly, Shiroi, by that logic, we should hate on all the Smash Bros for having too many Link clones and Mario clones.
But hey, let's look at the bright side. At least he's not Sora.
Zing! And now it's given everyone a new hope that Crash Bandicoot from Activision will make it into.
Honestly, Teo,
sure, why not? Let's have Goku while we're at it.
You know what's interesting, Teo? Sora, believe it or not, will actually make a little more sense than Cloud because Cloud has never been in an antithesis.
More prominent roles in Nintendo consoles, unlike Cloud, which was more supportive. Oh, and look, we're back here.
I think a lot of people would bitch that a Kingdom Hearts character got in first.
Yeah, true. Whatever.
So they were doomed if they did, and doomed if they didn't.
Yeah, basically.
Honestly, though, I mean, I think that
that's
it was
a problem.
It's not this way.
You know what I think was the best thing, though? You know what I think was the best thing, though? The fact that Cloud did not get leaked at all. They managed to keep that from getting leaked whatsoever.
That reminds me, Teo, have you seen the trailer for the new Tokyo RPG Factory game?
You mean the one that looks like Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, did you see the trailer?
Yes, I already saw that on E3, back in E3, and it looks promising and
No, not the concept art thing. The actual new trailer.
Oh, yeah, the trailer for the gameplay. Yeah, sure. There was something like that at E3. I also talked with, I had a bit of a discussion with the admins of the Facebook page Mission Atelier, which tries to campaigns for localization games. They say they are optimistic because it was shown at E3 that it's going to be localized.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's a plus. Something similar to Chrono Trigger getting in this day and age is always good.
And the great thing is that it's being done by a new studio and it's their first game, so I'm guessing they're going to put all their effort into make a good first impression.
I guess. Anyway.
Anywho, time to brave Shinra headquarters.
We're back at the Shinra building. This is a complete optional stuff you can do.
Boy,
because your target is a sister ray. But remember, when we were in the Shinra building in the first visit, there were a lot of stuff we couldn't do, like opening this kind of with treasure chests. So basically now, since the building has been evacuated because, you know, the weapon kind of destroyed the building, you can basically go back and basically ransack everything you can. You cannot get to the utmost upper levels. You can get, I think, only to 65, to level 65, but it's more than enough. You can get enough stuff. And I also show, I think I haven't shown back when we were in the building in the first place, but we'll get to that in a while.
Come on.
For now, let's use
finally.
Insert the music lift. Insert the lift theme from GoldenEye.
What do you mean?
Another thing,
Oh,
Okay, Teo. All right, Teo. Question: Do we already have any hint of who could be the composer / arranger for the remake?
Actually, no, I haven't seen. I checked, but I couldn't find any clues.
Some people.
We know that.
There's been
Hey
rumors.
guys, what if the composer was actually hired, but the composer himself doesn't know?
Well,
the people involved in this project, a lot of them don't seem to know exactly what's going
Yeah,
on.
like first Nomura man piece.
Yeah.
now granted. This is just a rumor.
I'm gonna do this just before E3. Just
Well,
on
now,
a
granted,
weekend.
There has been a rumor that Yoko Shimomura may actually be the arranger for it. Now, granted, that's just a rumor, and usually remakes aren't usually her thing. However, it is
a
possible.
Nomura directed game. Well, it is a Nomura directed game. I mean, Yoko Shimomura and Nomura have a John Williams Spielberg relationship, so I wouldn't be surprised.
For now, we think we know.
And also,
the people involved in the game we know are the Yoshinori Kitase, the producer, Tetsuya Nomura as director, Nojima as scenario, planner guy, and both Nomura and the Italian guy Roberto Ferrari as character designers.
For those that don't know, scenario is basically the Japanese term for script writer, basically.
Yeah.
I'm still baffled that Square Enix actually has an Italian guy as a character designer. It boggles my mind.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Like, it's so out of place, yet okay. Like,
Yay!
I don't have anything wrong with poor Ferrari guy because he did a fine job. It's a positive kind of weirdness.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's like always Japanese, and yet boom, there's an Italian in the fray.
Anyway, a thing we couldn't do in the first place was basically crushing the machine because, it ate our monies and we couldn't get anything. So now we got integrators, which are basically boosters of stats. Another thing was to check the lockers. And one thing we couldn't find was this, the HP Shout. Cloud back in the day said it was a megaphone. Of course, being megaphones being weapons of Kate Seed means that he can use it, and it's actually his final weapon. Much like I think the Venus Gospel for Sid, it's more powerful as the most MPs you have. I don't remember correctly all the details, but it's related to the maximum amount of MPs you have. So the more you have, the more damage it does.
Which is weird, because if a name like HP Shout, you would think it would be because of how much HP you have as opposed to MP.
And yes, they didn't even clean the fucking blood trail for some
Jeez,
reason.
Shinra, you think you'd have cleaned up your own president's blood at this point?
Really lazy, aren't they? And also very disrespectful to their old boss. Was the boss as bad as Immortan Joe and were actually celebrating near his corpse?
And
pulling it apart and eating it?
Does
I hope not.
Does that mean that Rufus is Carvard Scrotus from the game?
I don't know, I haven't played the game.
To his own father, nonetheless.
Oh, no, it's actually related to the HP, Jova. Actually, the wiki says it's related to the HP. The more HP Kate Seed has, the more damage the weapon does. And there's also an equation related to that.
I thought it was HP.
The guys at the wikis did a very fine job in decrypting the damage output.
Yeah. Good old wiki guys.
Anyway, I didn't quit the exit right now because I'm about to show the thing we didn't did back when we stormed the first place. If you remember, there were two options. One, which we did, was to storm the place with Barrett. But the other one was to follow Tifa's lead and be a bit more quiet and use the stairs.
So this game kind of
use the stairs.
Trust
me, Dribs, it's not gonna be pleasant.
I wonder if this game inspired the whole thing GTA 5 did, whether you want to go in quiet or loud.
Well, it has been a choice for a lot of games. It's the basis of stealth games, honestly. So.
Shame that Final Fantasy XIII never gave you that choice.
Are you guys gonna bring up 13?
Jova, the word choice and the title of Fantasy don't mix.
Especially 13.2. 13.2 is it's criminal as a criminal sense of false advertising with the choices because all of your none of your choice really matters in the long
So
run.
it's like was that David Cage's game?
Well, I guess you can kind of say that.
Or even worse than a David Cage game because at least stuff like Heavy Rain.
That's the sad part. That's the sad part. That's the sad part. I still think Beyond Two Souls is overall better written than Final Fantasy 13-2. That's the sad part.
Boy.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, it is. I could understand what was going on in Beyond Two Souls, even if it is stupid.
The thing is...
Good point.
Okay, I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. Basically... what do you mean, Teo? It's so awesome to see Laura Bailey basically start screaming over Troy Baker.
These stairs. There's so many of them.
Cloud, you're running down. You shouldn't be this out of breath. You're lazy.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Teo?
Yes.
Basically, guys, I'm gonna show off in the playthrough Final Fantasy 13-2's attempt at comedy relief, quote unquote.
Don't worry, Paige.
Let's just say that Toriyama is not good at comedy.
If it's any consolation, Pedro,
the stairs is because there are a couple of items here that there weren't before, like the Behemoth Horn, which is a weapon for Red 13. Go ahead, Jova.
Well, don't worry, Pedro, amigo. If it's any consolation, Nier makes up for Laura Bailey's wasting in Final Fantasy 13 too.
You don't have to convince me.
Well, Nier was made, I think,
it was made by someone else.
2 years before.
I know. Oh, I know veterans. I'm just saying it's like, well,
thanks.
It's like, well, as a game where Laura Bailey's the protagonist, Nier makes up for Final Fantasy 13 too.
Like I've said before, any game that has Laura Bailey as a main character swearing like a sailor is instantly amazing, regardless of any other aspects. It might be, for all I care, it could be the worst story and gameplay in the world. It has Laura Bailey swearing like a sailor. That alone makes it worth my money.
So
let me get this straight, Pedro. If 13-2 had Sarah swearing like a sailor, that would make it forgivable.
Yes. Yes.
Anyways,
Wow.
I mean, imagine if 13-2 had the character of Sarah being a more genre savvy and swearing because she knows she's in a bad game or something.
Hold on.
Now that would be awesome.
Sorry, speaking of Nier, so Tio, you're doing the first game.
No, Pedro's gonna do it.
Pedro's doing the first, and I'm doing the second.
I'm the only one who has a PS3, so.
Alright, so you're doing the first, and I'll do the second.
Sure.
Yes. By the way, Pedro, I should probably. Well, I'll explain to you better in the.
Woohoo! There is certainly a lot of stairs to ride down.
I can tell you because there are stairs. The first Nier has DLC, but it's not relevant to the plot, so you can use it only if you need to farm materials.
Actually, again, since I'm going to be using on my modded PS, I can just pirate the DLC too.
I'm just saying it's not vital for you, but it can help. It helps you. So play it only if you want to. And also, a good thing, remember when you said that games need to be self-contained? Well, you don't have to play any of Drakengard titles to play Nier. You can easily understand what's going on.
Of course, that's how good writing works.
And there we go.
Boy, I have to say...
And Square published that game.
Boy, I have to say, guys, it was such a good idea to go down all those stairs now, wasn't it?
Well, at least you were going down.
Your pocket.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, Pedro, it could be worse. It could be in the Tower of Tarkaron.
Oh, God.
The Tower of Tarkaron is one dungeon from 13 that I fucking hate.
I remember that.
Oh, that. No, I misunderstood. I thought you meant something else. Never mind. Yes, I hate that the final Legend of Tales of Vesperia. It's terrible.
Okay.
Basically, I'm going to give you some context. You know how 13 goes completely out of its way to not explain you things?
Yeah.
Vesperia is the other extreme. They say
nothing. Every sentence is a word long.
No, Shiroi. Again, the other extreme to 13. One of every 5 cutscenes in that game is just you being forced with exposition that tells you the exact same thing that you already know like a million times. The game is constantly stopping to explain to you things that you already know because apparently we're morons and we can't get a fucking hint the first time we hear something.
Wow. Does that mean we get like a gajillion cutscene explain what
okay. Yes. Allow me to sum up half of the script in Tales of Vesperia. Blasta. There you go.
I guess you don't like Tales of Vesperia.
So...
Yes.
So basically... it depends on which one you hate more. You either hate nothing being explained over the same thing being explained over and over.
James, so remember how Doug explained the Stephen King miniseries?
Yeah.
Its problem is not explained or too explained, too much explained.
Yeah. Like, well, for me personally, I prefer at least the Vesperia Extreme because at least, it's terrible, but at least I know what's going on. Whereas 13, there's just such a huge sense of disconnect that makes the whole game.
Come on!
Yeah, that's the right direction to make.
Right. Okay, team, let's go.
But Cloud, I said come on!
Yeah, I know, and that must translate to going up this way. Huh!
I wasn't speaking. What is it, dummy?
Pedro?
What the hell is that?
Overcompensate much, Shinra? Okay, Shura, you and me are up.
Okie dokie.
I'll just stay here.
Yeah! Ha ha ha! Here they come! So they really showed up.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Actually, no. That's not yet.
There they are, the gruesome twosome. You sure did treat us like dogs up to now.
Well,
and then they got too excited
and
and fell off
to
the pit.
fight
Fell off
us.
the hand.
You killed off a lot of my precious soldiers.
Well, yeah, we're kind of like...
But let's see how you do against this anti-weapon artillery.
You guys are worthless, but my proud creation is a sure thing.
Well, gee, thanks a lot. And now we don't have the boss theme playing, but we do have a Shinra HQ theme playing.
Because reason.
I'll show you the destructive power of the proud clod.
And still better than the Proud Quad in 13.
Oh god, yes.
That thing doesn't even...
Just to let you know, Dribs, the Proud Quad in 13 sucks.
Not only this is a fucking almost giant bosses you can fight in this game, it's not that hard, but it has a shit ton of HP.
Well,
basically,
of course.
It has two separate parts: the main body, which you have the most HP, and that armor you have seen that opened up in order to let Scarlet and Heidegger out.
Wrist Razor!
That armor basically produces an attack once in a while that it's called Materia Jammer, and basically stops you from using magic summons and stuff. So basically, it's and since it has less HP than the main body, it's safe for you to destroy it first and then go for the main body. But overall, the attacks of the bosses are rather weak. The only moment when he gets serious is when it's on his knees and powers up the giant cannon that it has on its shoulders. And for some reason, Shinra thinks this thing can take on a weapon. No.
Well, actually, too, it could take on a weapon. What it can't take on is the likes of our heroes here.
I'm pretty sure Emerald and Ruby weapon would destroy this thing in like 10 seconds.
Yeah. You never know. For all we know, the Desperation attack could be what's really meant to take on the likes of Emerald and Ruby weapon. Also, to be fair, they don't know about Emerald and Ruby weapon, but it could definitely take on the other weapons
honestly,
at least.
Ruby and Emerald weren't even in the original game, so I guess that's fair.
True.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's one of those things that was added for the international release.
Yeah,
right?
remember, as I mentioned, in the original version you could fight only Ultima weapon.
That's actually pretty interesting.
Diamond weapon was sticking out in a cutscene just as Sapphire, so...
That's actually a pretty interesting point to bring up too. Square has this strange habit of making a game in Japan, and then when the game reaches the West, they add in content. They did it for this game.
Unless it's Final Mix!
Maybe it's a compensation, like Capcom did for Ace Attorney for making them wait so long.
Trust me, I played the original Dissidia for the Japanese version of the original Dissidia games. Trust me, the Western version got a huge patch of buffs and nerfs for each characters because they were almost completely different in terms of playing. Not to say they had different rules, but some of them, like for example, to give you an example, you know that the Emperor in the original DC only has like 2 attacks, Flare and Starfall. In the original Japanese version, it did not have any kind of attack in midair. You could not play
Razor.
It was terrible.
Although,
just making an example. Anyway.
Although, Paige, it's funny you mention that, because, like, well, the exact opposite happened when it came to Kingdom Hearts 1 and Final Mix.
Well, actually, that's an interesting thing, Jova.
Sony, as Pedro mentioned, Sony didn't believe the sales would have been sufficient now to justify its localization.
Yeah, because a game...
They only localized Ray Chain of Memories for the PS2.
The thing is, what happened was, the interesting thing, Job, is that the original Kingdom Hearts 1 didn't even have the Sephiroth boss battle. That was added for the Western release, and then Final Mix was the one that actually added those Final Mix. Basically, the game got updated twice.
Well, how about that? Wow.
But we now have the HD collections anyway, so.
True, which finally properly gives us Final Mix. Uh-oh.
Oh, trust me. I mean, I have the limited edition, which comes in with an art book, and it has a written with an autograph by Nomura saying that he's always wanted to give the Western fans the final mixes, and the HD collection was his final chance to finally do it.
Yeah. Nothing to steal.
Yeah, I linked the steal as well material. Anyway, as you can see, the armor is off, so now we can just attack the main body.
Let's get him!
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just reading up some Nier Automata stuff.
That's fine.
Sure.
So yeah.
Apparently, the game was originally going to be called Nier Android.
I guess Square Enix wanted one of those fancy titles.
But they changed it because they didn't want any trouble with Google.
Google, eh?
Was it similar to Metal Gear Rising, where it was originally being developed by the same developers, but then they handed it out to Platinum Games because they thought we need somebody else.
No. Remember, Pedro, the Nier team, the Cavia team, was disbanded after the first Nier.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember which team they used for Drakengard 3, but it involved the Nier guys. And
so basically, it's Platinum Games under supervision from the Nier creators.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Pretty much. The composer and the main writers are the same, and that's what it counts.
Neofire.
As I mentioned, Platinum Games actually complements the whole thing, because one of the things where first Nier lacks is variety play, which games are
So it's like the White Knight Chronicle series where Sony does the creative part and then they get level 5 to do the heavy lifting.
It's like combining ham and cheese into a perfect sandwich. I can't wait to see it.
So basically, Nier Automata is going to be my first playthrough of a Platinum Games game.
Oh yeah.
You know, I love that attack Neofire, where fire literally comes out of that boss's knee. It's like, I'll give a boss this, they certainly didn't undercompensate with it. Literally every part of him is a weapon.
So I guess Yanmi loved playing Nier.
Don't worry, Dwibs. The Platinum Games always have an easy mode, so you'll be able to use it if there's a problem with the difficulty.
Oh shoot, Desperation Attack mode.
Drakengard 3 was made by Access Games, which are specialized in Force. Basically, Square Enix just picked a random team, developer team, and attached the Nier guys to them. Okay.
Okay, we got them.
So let me get this straight. They did a bingo and Platinum Games came up?
No.
Okay, guys.
That's an interesting way to choose.
Oh, anyway, yeah, the boss is off. Oh, Shiroi.
Huh?
Right.
Not that.
It's the proc bot.
Oh.
The fan's hitting Shiroi, no!
That's not even my computer.
And it's gone. Yeah. We don't even know what happened. Did
They're
it
dead.
explode?
They explode.
Everyone died.
Malfunction?
And we got the
Yeah.
Ragnarok sword.
Again, this is King's Quest logic. It's okay if we kill them as long as they're bad guys.
Anywho,
yeah.
let's
Anyway,
see.
one
So
of the
yeah, I'll
questions
just take this Ragnarok sword, and yeah, this will come real in handy in Smash.
I guess. Anyway, one of the questions I made before Pedro was since the Nier team was disbanded after the original Nier, I was asking who made Drakengard 3 because the guys were involved, you know, the main writer, the composer, they were involved, but I didn't knew what the development team where they are attached to were. And for Drakengard 3 it was Access Games, which were specialized in just ports. I think I see they made Sengoku Bazara HD and Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, so yeah. However, they did a good job with Drakengard 3, so it's fine.
Okay,
Anyway.
I just dealt with a giant
now we have a
thing meant to
giant
fight weapon, and
tank.
now I have a tank. Can I just get a break for a bit? Dang it! Whatever.
And with multiple parts to destroy.
Which is interesting, Tio, because you know Taro Yoko, the
Heroi.
Yes? Yes.
Don't worry, it sounds like she's combating the interference just fine.
Anyway, Tio, the guy who's the main writer of Drakengard and Nier.
Taro Yoko, yeah.
It's interesting because his first stuff was doing stuff like Time Crisis 2 and other stuff like that as a designer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Also, Teo, about the situation with the fan. Remember, Teo, yelling won't solve anything. It's called interference.
yes.
That reminds me. Since you were talking about the remake, just so I won't spoil the audience of it, Michael, you know the final form of the boss of this game, Teo? I was wondering if maybe for the remake they might pull a Kingdom Hearts Recoded and add on another level to it.
You mean Return of Memories?
Yeah, Return of Memories.
Retain of Memories, my bad.
Yeah, sure, I'd be fine with that. Anyway, one of the reasons that we brought Barrett here was to get his final weapon because that appears only, and well, we get a Chinese cannon for some reason. Anyway,
search! Don't hit me! Don't hit me! Please don't hit.
Joe, like if the depending on which battle system they go with for the remake, they might turn the that scripted final battle. And the real final battle that's scripted, and actually make it something more of a fleshed out battle, more like. Probably.
Oh, that too. Oh, that reminds me. I've also speculated another thing. Maybe they may make a better compilation this time with the remake.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah. Well, what they mean? Well, I think he means that
a better compilation, maybe like a new compilation that actually fits with the compilation, or maybe make a whole new compilation with different events or something.
The last thing I want is for them to confirm that the Genesis interference is canon.
Oh, by the way, when are we going to do Advent Children?
I think we should save Advent Children for after we do Crisis Core, which will be handled by moi!
And isn't Advent Children going to be my contribution as a movie pick?
Yeah.
Dwebs, Joe was right, because since we're going to watch the complete cut, there's a specific, trust me, there's a specific reference to Crisis Core that makes much more sense when you actually play Crisis Core.
Basically, the thing about the compilation is like, well, okay, how it's sort of up in the air about whether or not Aerith may or may not have completely forgotten about who, in this...
Yes,
no, not that. We'll see him in a later part, but, well, Pedro and Tio know who I'm talking about.
Okay, you know what? I want a Harry Potter Square-Enix Final Fantasy crossover.
Jesus
Too
Christ.
bad, Waves. The ownership is for the Harry Potter games is for EA.
Oh God.
Actually, that's only for movie license games. Anything else, it's Warner Brothers themselves.
Anywho. But yeah, I mean, going back to what I was saying, it's like, well, the compilation makes it clear straight that Aerith really has the hots for this other guy who is pushing up daisies at the moment, shall we say, and goes out to set it more Aerith with this guy and Cloud with Tifa.
Yep.
To the point where Cloud and
Anyway.
Tifa are pretty much friends with benefits in Advent
Anyway,
Children.
I changed the party members in a more proper way in order to face the boss. We'll face on the next part, which is obviously Hojo. See ya.
Oh, that reminds me. Before we go, so since we mentioned Cloud being in Smash Brothers for quite a bit of time, okay, guys, let's try and make it a mission to try and not mention Cloud being in Smash Brothers for the rest of this playthrough, since we pretty much have covered that a lot.
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay.
All right. See you next time.
Yeah.
See you.